Word on the street is that Karreuchetran and Deion Sanders have been spotted looking closer than ever, sending social media into a frenzy. In case you missed it, Karreuche is an award-winning actress and model, while Deion is a football legend and the current head coach for the Colorado Buffaloes. Their age gap, she's 36, he's 57, has plenty of folks raising eyebrows. Yet it's Chris Brown's rumored reaction that's stealing the spotlight. Some say he's spiraling over the idea of her with someone else, especially a sports icon who's lived a larger-than-life existence. But what's causing this meltdown? Let's rewind to where it all began. Karreuche and Chris first linked up around 2011, at a time when he was still trying to shake off the reputation from his explosive past. She was a stylist, quietly supporting his career while staying out of the headlines. That changed fast. Their relationship became a roller coaster, full of breakups, makeups, and constant drama. Every single time it seemed like Chris thought she'd always be there waiting for him. However, the cracks started to show when a familiar name re-entered the picture. Rihanna. Rihanna's return turned everything upside down. It started with a few remix collaborations but escalated the moment Chris was spotted at Rihanna's birthday party. From that point, fans could sense Karreuche's shaky position. A public kiss at the VMAs made it painfully clear. Chris couldn't resist his old flame, and Karreuche was suddenly forced into a humiliating love triangle. It was the kind of drama that lit up Twitter, with Rihanna and Karreuche exchanging subtle and sometimes not so subtle jabs. By the time Chris announced he was technically single, Karreuche's heartbreak was undeniable, and that was only the beginning. After the Rihanna back and forth, it seemed like Chris and Karreuche had patched things up. Then came the bombshell. Chris had a daughter, Royalty, with another woman. News that Karreuche discovered along with everyone else on social media. The betrayal was too big to ignore. She walked away, determined to rebuild her life and reputation away from the chaos. However, that was easier said than done. The drama seemingly continued to hang around. Chris was not ready to call it quits. Whenever Karreuche was spotted moving on, he'd pop up with tweets, comments, or rumored threats, making it clear he couldn't let go. This tension only grew when other musicians entered the picture. Remember when Quavo was linked to Karreuche? Chris lost it publicly. He fired off lyrics calling out his ex and taunting Quavo, while Quavo didn't hesitate to clap back. It was a messy rap war, with Karreuche's name at the center. For many fans, it was a disturbing reminder of how Chris reacts whenever someone else shows interest in her. There was no end to his jealousy, and it continued on. And it's not just music feuds. Karreuche even had to get a restraining order, citing threats and prior incidents that made her fear for her safety. The order lasted 5 years. Yet once it expired, Chris was back liking her posts and leaving cryptic messages. It's a pattern of behavior that seems impossible to break. Karreuche's restraining order wasn't just about petty arguments. It included claims of physical harm and threats. She alleged that Chris's anger escalated to a point where she felt her life was in danger. Court documents described everything from verbal abuse to intimidation. When the order was finally lifted, she might have hoped for real distance, but the singer wasn't about to let her go so easily. Time after time, Chris has shown how fixated he can be on Karreuche, fueling rumors that he's never truly moved on. And now, with Deion Sanders in the picture, it's like history is about to repeat itself. It seems that once another man comes on the scene, once again Chris is unable to ignore it and becomes even more obsessed with her. Fans are buzzing that Chris is once again on the edge of a breakdown, simply because Karreuche might be dating a high-profile figure over 20 years her senior. Deion's storied past, multiple kids, and larger-than-life presence have turned their rumored romance into social media's latest obsession. Many are skeptical about whether it'll last, but others are rooting for Karreuche's happiness. A further background on this Karreuche and Deion pairing was an appearance on his Tubi talk show with Roxy Diaz back in November of 2024, as well as following each other on Instagram. Deion's romantic life is far from a good one. He and Tracy Edmonds were engaged for quite a while, but his dating scene was pretty horrible, and word has it that he cheated on both of his ex-wives, and who knows the turmoil he put Tracy through. He's got some commitment issues for sure. Besides all of the kids he has, many are questioning why she'd want to be dating someone 21 years her senior. Some of them said, why not see one of his sons, you know? After all she had to go through with Chris Brown, they think she could do better than old Deion. She's an established great actress, and perhaps she should look elsewhere. Plenty of other men in the world more her age, talented and doing great things. Meanwhile, Chris's rumored frustration is hitting peak levels. Some say he regrets ever losing Karreuche, realizing too late that he let a good one slip away. Others believe he's just feeding off drama. Either way, it's a situation that has everyone bracing for the next eruption. From the Rihanna saga to restraining orders and high-profile flings, Chris Brown and Karreuche Tran's tangled history seems never-ending. Now, Deion Sanders might be the spark that sets Chris off once more, or maybe it's finally the moment Karreuche gets the lasting happiness she deserves. What do you think? Will Chris let this go, or is a fresh wave of turmoil on the horizon? Share your take and stay tuned for more riveting stories that keep you up to date on the wildest twists in entertainment. Please like and subscribe.